Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Honest am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I'm here for another daily motivational video. So, guys, I want to apologize for not giving you guys any videos this week. I was working on my birthday article, and also this Pisces moon is like kicking my ass. Like, I have just been so, or is it under the Pisces sun, whatever the fuck it is. Like, this Pisces season has been kicking my ass. I have been like so tired and so sleepy, and I'm like actually even sleepy right now. But I was just like, um, I just wanted to try, not even try, like to give you guys a couple of videos. I'm not guaranteed that we're going to have enough videos for the whole week. I'm just going to at least try to do 3 or 4. If I can't get it, then it is what it is, because I don't want to push myself too much. But I'm just going to be honest. I am tired, okay? I'm tired, boss. Angel number 102. Dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, we come to you as humbly as we know how to say thank you. God, we ask, what information do you deem worthy for us to hear at this time? Please deliver these messages to us and through us. Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Let's give us 2 cards. I don't know what it is. Like, I woke up this morning and I'm like, I was feeling, I was feeling good. I was still a little sleepy, but I felt good. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do these videos today. And then, like, as soon as I like started to sit down, it was just like, so I don't know what's going on. So, we'll see. The cards that came out is light, beauty, and transformation. And the message that I kind of get right off the bat is that God is just saying, stand in the light, and see the beauty of transformation. To see the beauty of transformation, make sure that you're staying in the light. So that reminds me a lot of the messages that we had 2 weeks ago, where God was saying during dark and turbulent times, make sure that we put our time, effort, and our energy into things that make us feel good, and things that will light up the world. And so I just feel like, that's kind of the message right now. Angel number 225. Let's go to the tarot and just get a little bit more information. Dear God, guardian angel, and ancestors, what do you want us to know about this message of light, beauty, and transformation? What is this message? What do you want us to know about standing in the light? What comes to us? What beauty do we get to see by being in our light? Or what transformation comes our way? No room for doubt or confusion. I guess I said that to just kind of pre-warn y'all that I'm not like I don't feel like I'm like in my best. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm in like my best right now. Okay. All right. So what came out for the light is the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands, to me, it signifies somebody that has been working very, very hard to bring about their endeavors, to bring about things that they desire. You see, he just got his head down and he's just walking towards this village. So it just lets me know that you're tired. He's probably been on a very long journey and he probably wants to drop this and he wants to give it up. But what God is saying is that if you just stay focused on the light, if you keep your head down, keep focusing towards your goals, then eventually you'll see that your goals is within reach. Because as you see right here, he's walking, he has his head down, and then there's safety right there. That's where he can drop off his load, angel number 406. And so that sounds kind of nasty. Where he can drop off his load. That sounds nasty. I didn't mean to say it like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the burden will drop. And so I just get this energy. I just get this energy that it's like you've been doing a lot of hard work, and like maybe you thought that by this time you would see some reward, but you haven't been seeing it. And I feel like what God is saying is, instead of getting discouraged, just keep working towards your goal. Keep your head up. Keep working towards the light every day. Just do one thing to get yourself one step closer. If you do that, then God said you will find yourself, you will get to that house where that you can set the burden, and then you will go on this full journey. And then you'll be able to see the beauty of all the struggle. You'll be able to see the beauty of dropping the burden. You'll see the beauty of, staying true to yourself and what came from that. That's what's going to happen if you just keep your head down and just keep focusing on the light. You'll be able to go on that fuel journey. The Fool is like the Fool is like one of the first cards in the major arcana. And it talks about this man kind of going on this journey. You see, the only thing that he has is like a few of his personal items, and he has his faithful dog at his side. But the thing is, you see, like, because his head is so in the sky, that's because he just feels so good. He may not be very mindful of where he's going. And so I feel like what God is saying is that while you're on this full journey, it's important for you to always keep this energy and keep this, keep this energy of light, keep this energy of love, and also be mindful of what you're doing. Be mindful of the interactions that you're having. I feel like what God is saying is, like, once you finally get to this destination, because I feel like what we don't realize is that, not even that we don't realize, I think we get caught up in what we don't understand about realizing dreams, is that you do all of this work to get to this place where you can realize your dream, right? But then once you realize your dream, you're on a whole nother journey. You're on a whole nother road of obstacles that you have to overcome. And so there's still more work to go. And so I feel like what God is saying is, like, instead of being discouraged that your blessing isn't here yet, instead of being weary, what God is trying to get you to understand is that your job at all times, even when you get to this part of your seeing the beauty and feeling like you're accomplished, your job at all times is to be mindful of where you're putting your energy, be mindful of where you're focusing. Because I feel like what God is saying is that you can get on this new road and just be so like, oh, all of my cares and worries are done, and I don't have to, do my tools anymore. I don't have to do all those things because I made it. And you'll do that, and then you'll run your ass off the cliff, right? So what God is saying is that you just use this time period, this delay period, to just learn how to be contentment in the in-between. I feel like what God is, yes, thank you, God. I feel like the message that God is trying to get us to understand is that this period of stagnancy, this period of waiting, this period of waiting for the blessing to come. This is how we learn how to have those skills to navigate the full journey. And that's why God is saying, see the beauty in this time period instead of getting frustrated. Because what God is trying to get you to understand is, I'm bringing right back around, when you accomplish your goals, you're going to feel good for a moment, and then you're going to have a whole new obstacles and roadblocks that you have to overcome. So what God is saying is, really see the beauty of this time. Really try to find a way to find contentment, to really find a way to just put one foot in front of the other and to stay focused on the light at all times. And when you do that, you'll see the beauty in life. And then even when you're on the full journey, you'll be able to stay focused on your goal and be able to really see those transformations. For transformation, what came out is the Four of Wands, but it came out reverse. Why did the Four of Wands come out reverse? I feel like the reason why the Four of Wands came out reverse is because I feel like this message is kind of a cautionary. Like, I feel like God is really trying to get us to understand that if we don't use this time period of delay, if we don't learn how to be contentment with the day-to-day, this is the thing. If you need to see the blessing to come for you to feel confident in where you're going, then you're going to always be on this road of looking for the blessing to come. And when you do that, you're not going to be able to see, because you see this, he has his head out. He's like, oh God, where should I go next? And it's like, if you do that, you're going to be able to walk off the road, because the truth is not waiting for the blessing. The truth is understanding how to it's understanding how to go through transformations. It's about understanding how to be the alchemist of your life, really. Yeah, because what God is trying to get you to understand is that this 10 of Wands energy, this is always going to be an energy. It's just that you're going to be able to put this 10 of Wands down right here, but then there's going to be another 10 of Wands. And so what God is trying to get us to understand is how to properly carry our load, how to properly carry our baggage as we go on the road of to our dreams, as we be the fool. So it's like, be the fool, but be wise at the same time. And that's what this time period is for. And what God is saying is that if you don't use this time period to focus on the light, to learn how to refine your load, to learn how to work with that thorn in your side, then even when you do get the blessing, you're going to be on a fool's journey and you're not going to set solid foundations. Because what God is saying, if you're going to be that type of person that needs to keep getting the blessing in order if you're going to be the type of person that keeps needing to have a blessing or keep needing God to give you something for you to see the transformation in your life, then when the transformation that you're looking for comes in, what God is saying is that you don't have the tools and the skill sets to have the right foundation because you see what I'm saying? Because you didn't take the time to get to learn how to work in the in between. So what God is saying, this moment right here, this time period right here is teaching us how to be the King of Swords of our life. We actually just had a message come out. Was it last Friday? About become the King of Swords of your life. Angel number 1111. And I feel like God said, you do that, this will make you won't feel like you're in the cold anymore. You won't feel trapped. Then the fast communication can easily come in because you're not looking for the blessing. But right now you're in this place where you're just like, oh my God, where is that? I just want to drop this load. Instead of you just being like, okay, let me just put one foot in front of the other. Let me just keep doing the next best thing to get me one step closer to my goals. Let me keep my head to the sky, but also stay focused on where I'm going. And if you do that, then you're going to see your transformation. You're going to be able to set solid foundations as the King of Swords of your life and in this moment of trapness. Okay? Angel number 1152. But don't take my word for it. I'm actually going to go ahead and go into our money and the law of attraction. Because I'm curious because this feels like this is the tool that God is trying to get us to understand a concept. So let's just go and see if we can clarify it a little more. All right, God, clarify this message of light, beauty, transformation. What are you trying to teach us about dropping the burden, about becoming the fool, but setting solid foundations by being the King of Swords of our life? God, what are you trying to teach us about focusing on the light to see the beauty of this transformation? God, give us a tool that we can use, allow no room for doubt or confusion. We need a tool to clarify this message of the 10 of Wands, this message of the Fool, of the 4 of Wands, and the King of Swords. And look at that. All of this stuff about the Wands. The Wand speaks to passion, the Wand speaks to your passion, tangibly bringing things to the world. The Fool talks about going off on this journey to tangibly bring things into the world. And the Swords talks about your communication. So how you move, how you speak over your life. And that's why God is saying it's so important for you to focus on the light. Okay. All right. One tool that we can use, God. All right. And 3 came out. I love it though. So the first card that I'm going to focus on is I can earn money by doing what I love to do. As you practice your more positive, better feeling story, in time, your pleasure will become the dominant vibration within you. And then as you couple your pleasure with your means of earning, the two will blend together and enhance each other. I'm going to read that one more time. As you practice your more positive, better feeling story, in time, your pleasure will become your dominant vibration within you. And then as you couple your pleasure with your means of earning, the two will blend together and perfectly enhance each other. There is no better way to earn money than doing the things you love to do. Money can flow into your experience through endless avenues. It is not the choice of craft that limits the money that flows, but your attitude towards the money. Angel number 1430. So this goes right back to being the King of Swords of your life. Are you speaking, I can earn a living to do what I love to do over your life? And this still goes right back to this message, because what this shows me, angel number 1444, is that you are looking for a way to earn a living. You have been gathering up all your passions. You've been putting it all together. And now you're just like, okay, God, give me a way to earn a living. Give me a way to earn a living. And what God is saying is, if you're just going to focus on give me a way to earn a living, give me a way to earn a living, then he's going to give you a way to earn a living, right? But it's not going to be the true foundation that you want to set. It's just going to be a means to an end. And then you're going to find yourself right back into this position of feeling trapped. And the cycle is going to start all over. But what God is trying to get you to understand is that as you are in this struggle, angel number 1530, and trying to figure out a way to earn a living, if instead of focusing on the job, instead of focusing on a job for you to apply on, you just keep every single day do things that you love to do. So say if that's just you writing a book, or say if that's just you drawing, or say if that's just you sewing, or whatever the fuck it is. If you do that and just fall in love with the process. What does it take to make a movie? What does it take to make a book? If you just do that, just fall in love with the process of bringing this thing about. What God is saying is that you will go on a transition, you will go on a transformation, not only in your mind, but also in your life. Because what God is trying to get you to understand with the I can earn a living doing what I love to do, look at this, it starts from the inside and it blooms out. But it's not just the inside of believing that it's possible, because also look at all this yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. We know the yellow goes to the solar plex. So it's not only believing that you can do it, believing that you can do it in your mind, but it's also taking that and birthing it out into the world. It's actually putting your head down and doing the steps for that to happen. And so what God is saying, if you do all that, you monitor it by being the King of Swords of your life, meaning that you only do what you love to do. If you do that, you won't be trapped no more. You won't be out in the cold. Fast communication can come in, and look at this, and you will be able to earn a living doing what you love. God is trying to teach us how to earn a living doing what we love to do. He's trying to show us that it's not about you finding the proper job for you to apply to. It's about you finding what you want to do. Fuck the job description. What do you want to do? And then once you realize what you want to do, go on a fool's journey to do that thing. We have to understand that faith without works is dead. So if all you're going to do is hope and wish for God to, please God, give me the job. Please God, give me the job. He's going to give you the job, right? Because we know by law of attraction, when we ask, we receive. So he's going to give you the job. But because you're not mindful of because you're not mindful of the job that you're asking for, you're just asking for any type of job, because you're not trying to couple your pleasure with your means of earning, God is just going to give you anything, and then it's not going to be the job that you truly want. It's not going to be the one that's going to be able to set you on a solid foundation, that's going to allow you to be able to be your best self, to be your masculine and your feminine side, to allow you to start setting a foundation to leave a legacy for your family. 1833, it's just going to be another job. And so what God is saying is that instead of being frustrated that you're in the position that you're in, instead of trying to drop the burden, learn how to work with the burden. So say, for example, for me, I know I work in corporate America. We have had this story 1,000 times. I know I don't want to work in corporate America. But I also know that I have a book that I'm working on. I have these videos that I do here on Honestly Sis. And then I also have my Honestly Sis newsletter. I have things that I can do on a daily basis to fill my time. But if every day I look up and be like, damn, God, you ain't gonna bless me with this, you ain't gonna bless me with this, I'm delaying my own process. So I feel like what God is saying is just focus Focus and see the beauty of just bringing this book about. I also feel like this is a personal for myself, and maybe this may help you as well. I've been the type of person that I have been always trying to come out of this corporate America job, right? I told y'all that's always my thing. Like, how can I get out of this? I don't want to do this no more. Instead of just being like, okay, what happens if I put my head down for a year, finish this book up, and then go on a full journey from there? What type of solid foundations will I be on then? Again, what God is saying, we fuck our own process up and we delay ourselves when we're constantly looking for a way out. We're constantly looking for a way to do the burden. And I feel like what God is saying, there is no way out. There's only through. And the way to go through it is to see the beauty of going through the process of going on a journey. Angel number 2022. Let me hurry on up because I don't want this to be another 20-minute video. The other thing that came out is, rather than complaining, I will focus on the positive aspects. When you focus upon the lack and the attitude of complaining, you establish a vibrational point of attraction that only gives you access to more thoughts of complaints. And this is why God is saying you're not going to set yourself on a solid foundation because you're complaining. They're complaining about the burden. You're complaining about the conditions. Well, so you're just going to stay in this you're going to stay in this position. Your deliberate effort to tell a new story will establish a new pattern of thought, providing you with a new point of attraction from your present about your past and into your future. The simple effort of looking for positive aspects, going right back to this light, will set a new vibrational tone that will begin the immediate attraction of thoughts, people, circumstances that are pleasing to you. So what God is trying to say is, stop focusing on the bad. Stop focusing on what's happening. We know that there's power in the tongue. It says it in the fucking Bible. And so what God is saying is that if you're going to spend all your time complaining about the burden, you can't be mad if you just find yourself still in the burden. Because guess what? You're going on a fool's journey. What God is saying is that in this burden period, your job is to focus on the light. Your job is to just keep doing the one thing to make you feel good. Your job is to tell yourself the new story. It's not to go you don't have to find shit. Remember, let's think about, I'm about to start breaking this down to you guys. We are vibrational beings, right? So the only thing, our currency, remember I told you last Friday, our currency is our energy, right? So if we spend 50% of our energy complaining about our circumstances, and then another 25% of our energy comparing ourselves to everybody else, and then another 25% of us working towards our goals, does that even sound like a good equation? So what God is saying is you put 100% of your effort into creating the new reality, 100% of your effort into telling the new story, 100% of your effort into just being comfortable in your now position, being comfortable with the burden. If you do that, you will be on the fool's journey of being a wise woman, and then you will set a more solid foundation. And here is the last message that God wants you to know. There is nothing more important than that I feel good. When you complaining, do you feel good? When you complaining, no, you do not. Anytime you feel negative emotions, you are in a mode of resisting something that you want. And that I'm going to start from the beginning. When you are feeling less than good, if you will stop and say, there is nothing more important than that I feel good. I want to find a reason now to feel good. You will find an improved thought. Anytime you feel negative emotions, you are in the mode of resisting something that you want. And that resistance takes its toll on you. It takes its toll on your physical body. It takes its toll on the amount of wonderful things you allow in your experiences. Back here with the complaining. This is what God is trying to get you to understand. You have it. You can do it. You even know what you want to do. But what God is saying is we have to get tunnel vision. Block out the outside noise. Block out everything that everybody is trying to tell us. If you have to go in isolation, you have to go in isolation. But what God is saying is you have to be the king of swords of your life and know that life is always working out for you. I like understanding that things are always evolving. And while there are many things that could be better where I am, it is not really a problem because where I am is constantly changing to something better. This is what God's trying to get you to understand. It don't matter what's your starting point. It don't matter if you're starting off fucked up because guess what? As a vibrational, and fuck vibrational, as a spiritual being, the power that you have as a baby God is that at any given time in your life, you can say, you know what? Fuck that. I don't want to live this no more. I don't want to live like this. And guess what? That's the first step. The first step is saying, fuck that. I don't want to live like this no more. But the second step is, you still got the fucking burden. You still have to, and this is what y'all don't understand. This is what the new age spirituality gets fucked up. You still have to deal with the consequences of the life that you created. And so just because you today decide, oh, I want to be better, it don't mean that you just get to just throw all this shit that you created and accumulated for 20, 30 years. No. You have to learn how to work through that shit. And that's why God is saying, see the beauty of being on a fool's journey. In the fool's journey, let's talk about the fool's journey. I feel like it's a fool's journey because what you're doing is you're taking this life that you had, the way that you lived your life, right? And we've all lived our life a certain type of way, believing certain things, feeling a certain type of way about things. But then when you become into this place of awareness, when you come to this place of realizing that you're a spiritual being, that you have a power of God inside of you, and that it doesn't matter if you were born black, it doesn't matter if you were born white, it doesn't matter if you were born into poverty, it doesn't matter. None of that shit matters. What matters is that you have this awareness in your mind that I'm a fucking vibrational being. I'm a spiritual being. I have the power of God within me. And so if I'm in a circumstance that is not pleasing to me, I have the power within me as a spiritual being to earn a living doing what I love, to be in a better environment, to be stable, to be happy. And so the full journey is to take life and how you've been living it and taking everything that you've known, how you've been, and throwing that shit the fuck away and being like, I can't use this anymore because the same tools that got you in this fucking position is not going to be the ones that's going to get you out. So you have to be a fool and forget every fucking thing you know. Forget every fucking thing you believe about yourself and go on this journey to see something new. Go on this journey of transformation. And what God is trying to tell you, the reason why so many of us don't even get to the point where we can create this foundation is because we ask for these things and then we get mad because there's more fucking obstacles. But guess what, boo? This is life. Life is a full journey. Life is an ever-going game of new levels, new things to obtain. And it's not more money, more problems. It's new levels, new tools, new things to master, new ways of being, new skills that you can learn. And so what God is saying is that it don't matter if you're not where you want to be. It don't matter if for the last 15, 20 years, you ain't never been where you want to be. If from this point on, you say, I recognize that I'm a spiritual being and I choose to use my sovereign knowledge. I choose to override my free will and ask my spirit guides, to ask God to help me get to a place that is in alignment with who God created me to be. If every single day you say, I am going to earn a living doing what I love, and every single day you take one step, you put one foot in front of the other, and you don't complain about your circumstance, and you only focus on being good, feeling good, and you become the king of swords in your life, and you don't give a damn about what's happening in your life because you know it's ultimately happening for your good. It's going to look like magic, but it's not magic when it happens because your every story is your vibrational match. This fast communication is going to come in like that, and it's going to feel like magic, but it's not magic because you did the work to undo the load. You did the work to learn to know how to walk through this transformation. I like understanding that things are always evolving. And while there are many things that could be better where I am, it is not really a problem because where I am is constantly changing to something better. I like knowing that as I look for the best things around me where I am, those things become more prevalent in my experience. It is fun to know that things are always working out for me. As I watch for evidence of that, I see it more every day. I have been complaining about my job for 7 years. The whole time I've been working on my book, I've been complaining about my job and trying to get out of my job. And then this week I went into the office. And I'm talking to my coworkers. We ain't seen each other in a long time. Just catching up. And I'm just like, I low-key like these people. I low-key, these people ain't that bad. They not as bad as I think they are. Angel number 3011. Then I go and I talk to, I like to call him my dad. And I go talk to like my work dad. And he asked me like, so, what's your schedule? What you gonna do? He like, you gonna come in once a week, twice a week? And I'm just like, damn. I'm for real in a position, mind you, before COVID, and me and him was talking about that. Before COVID, me and my counterpart, we damn near like fighting with our manager just so that we could get laptops. So that on the rare occasion it snows too much, we can work from home. Like this, when I tell you my company did not want us, especially the group that I'm in, they did not want us to work from home. They did not want us to work from home. And now we're in this position where the offices are back opening. The world is trying to go back to normal. And instead of doing the 3 days, my manager literally was just like, be strategic. Go in once or twice a week, let people see your face and call it a day. And so now this job where I know I can, I know how to do it. I've mastered this level. I keep trying to avoid responsibility, but I think I'm going to just stop doing that. But it's like I'm in this place where I can really do both and excel in both. After all of that complaining, I got everything I wanted. I wanted to work from home. I wanted a laptop. All of that shit happened. And so it's like, why am I still discontent? Why am I still trying to be like, oh, but let me get another blessing? It's like, what happens if I just put my head down for a year? And so that's all I've been focusing on. That's why, and it wasn't even like I was fucked up last week, but I literally was just working on my birthday letter. And what I realized, I started praying different. And I'm like, God, just give me the tools to get through this period. Help me. Give me the confidence to become who I'm trying to become. Let me get content in this part. Let me just be content in my day-to-day. Fuck 5 years. Fuck all that. Fuck comparing myself. How can I just be content in my day-to-day life? And I realized when I spend my days writing, when I spend my days, there was this one day where I had it so planned out perfectly. Like it was like 2 hours writing, an hour for work, 2 hours writing, an hour for work. And it was just like, I felt so good. And I realized, I was like, oh, this is how you're going to get through this period. Creating schedules, keeping myself stuck in my own world, in my own bubble, just focusing on the goal. Making sure that making sure that I feel good on a day-to-day basis. Making sure that I look at everything as though it's working in my favor and not against me. Because when you feel like the world is against you, it feel like you're never going to be able to drop this burden, right? And so I feel like God is just giving us this message to show us that we have power in our lives. We have power in who we become. It didn't get determined when we was in college. It didn't get determined when we were born in the world, deciding what city we was in. No, it starts right here in our mind. We have this power on the inside. And so what God is trying to get you to understand is instead of worrying about dropping the burden, God ask God to give you contentment with the burden. to help you move through this full journey so that you can set solid foundation towards the life of your dreams. Okay? All right. That is all the messages I have for you. I'm actually going to end the message right there. I'm going to end this message with a quick blessing. God, what happens to us? What blessing is imparted on our life if every day from this moment forward we decide to just focus on earning a living, doing what we love to do? Every day we just focus on the light. What if we stop complaining and just focusing on feeling good and knowing that everything is working in our favor? What blessing would you impart upon our life, God? The blessing that He will impart in our life is a blessing from the soul. You are radiant. You are a radiant being with many unique talents. Look with eyes of love and you will see this. Feel the creative power within you and the blessings pouring in as healing. Let me start over. Blessings from your soul. You are a radiant being with many unique talents. Look with eyes of love and you will see this. Feel the creative power within you and the blessing pouring in as the healing light of your soul flows into every part of your being. And so this is God just reminding you, I feel like this is clarifying that He's wanting you to recognize that you are a part of Him. You are a baby God. And so what God is saying, if you just from a soul level start working towards building a life that you love and a life that you create, then nothing but goodness will come from you. This is the blessing that He will impart on your soul. You'll be able to tap into that power that is greater than you. And also, when I was saying that, I was thinking about, come on. I was thinking about, I lost it. Damn, I lost it. Yeah, I lost it. It was something else. But maybe for some of you guys, you may be doubting your talents. You may be doubting that you actually can earn a living doing what you love. And God just wants you to know that you definitely can. And if you just decide that that's how you want to earn a living. If you decide, okay, I want to earn a living writing. That's what I decided. This is what I want to be. I want to be the greatest writer in the world. Put all your effort, energy, and attention into that. Every day take steps into bringing that about. God is going to give you those steps and all of those things to help bring you about, and it's going to come from your soul. And then you're going to set the solid foundations and see a true transformation in your life. The last thing, and that wasn't what I wanted to say. I really wish I could think about it, but it clearly must not be for here. God says, if you do this, if you decide from this moment on, I am going to be a lover of light. I'm going to allow love and light to lead. I'm going to earn a living doing what I love. I'm not going to complain about my circumstances. I'm only going to focus on feeling good. I'm only going to focus on being around people and doing things that make me feel good and knowing that life works out in my favor. God says you are going to be in a blessed season of your life. Angel number 1711. A blessed season. Each season of your life is a gathering of precious moments. Each one has a purpose, unique beauty, challenges, and blessings. Double down on what I was telling you about the fool's journey. Everything is always unfolding in accordance with the divine will of your soul. All is a blessing, forever blessed. So that's just letting you know that life is always working out for you. God has been waiting for you to get to this moment. It doesn't matter what happened before or after this video, before whatever. If you just decide right now in your heart and your soul that you want to be better, then you will have better. All right, y'all. That is all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, give me a thumbs up. Angel number 3750. If you made it to the end of this message, you are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Namaste. And to clarify, this message is all about focusing on the light so that you can change your everyday circumstance.